It's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh. Well, yeah, big nose. Right on cue. So we did a little work on the sugar shack today. He had me out there painting and climbing out on the roof of the porch, washing windows, and that's it. I ain't doing no more of that. I made a video and put some stills in there of when it was habitated before, because people have lived in it, you know, with all their stuff and stuff. So it's hard to picture it. It's not really, you know, put together as a rental room at this moment. But I did get a hold of my friend who cleans vacation rentals. So I would have her come and clean it and stage it and make it all what's, you know, how they are. But, yeah, that's going to take some work. And I didn't get nothing done on the fence. So tomorrow I'm working on the fence. Yeah, don't worry about the accommodation. That shouldn't be the deciding factor. You listening to me and how I am and my lifestyle should be your deciding factor. I'll make sure there's a comfortable place. Don't worry about that. It's just would be more uncomfortable than if, you know, you were coming over here with the sole purpose of trying to make me born again or something. Don't come over here on a mission. Because that would not be fun. Huh, Jasper? But, I mean, you know, literally it's a stable house. Or, you know, stable bunk. So if you're sensitive to smells, I mean, I don't know that I can smell the horse poop or goat poop down there over the dog poop or the, you know, it's a farm. But, you know, I toss diatomaceous earth to keep the bugs down and to keep the smell down, and it's, you know, I don't smell it unless I'm shoveling it. Or if you step in a pile of dog food, I mean, yeah, regurgitated, excreted dog food, then you can smell it. Hey, what are you doing? Well, you're in the way. What? Come here. Wait. What is that all about? Hey, lay down. What is your problem? You trying to get FaceTime? You think you can get paid by the minute? The more that you stick your face in the camera? Doesn't work that way. So man, I'm watching the national weather, and it's like heat, extreme heat, and fires. I mean, everywhere fires all over the West. Just same as last year, same as next year. And, you know, the whole West Coast is hot and on fire, and the whole East Coast is flooding and mudsliding. And the middle's full of tornadoes. I'd take a little lava once in a while, any day. I mean, what's the difference if lava comes through your house or if a mudslide comes through your house and knocks your house off the foundation? There's no difference. You know? But this is a lot more rare than a mudslide or a flood or a wildfire. Because on the mainland, you have a fire season, because they talk about it on the Weather Channel. You know, well, this year's fire season. What the fuck? And also flood season, flash flood season. And it's just people are dying from the floods, dying from the heat, dying from the cold when it, and it's going to be an extreme winter again. Nobody's dying over here from lava or suntan exposure. At least, not any faster than anybody else with basal cell carcinomas or whatever, but you can get those anywhere. So, yeah, wouldn't want to be there. Wouldn't want to be there. Oh, and when I was talking this morning on the Wake and Bake about foods, yeah, Pepperidge Farm, name brand, goldfish, salmonella. How the hell can you get salmonella from a goldfish that's not even a fish? That's got to tell you something. That's got to tell you to quit eating that garbage. I haven't had a goldfish Pepperidge Farm stupid thing in 20 years. I mean, gross. And you can change your body. You can change your whole physiology if you stop crap 30 days later. Your body will be different. It's hard to break those addictions. I mean, people are addicted to Oreos. Coca-Cola addiction. My God, I saw people in Colorado with a case of Coke, the old wooden cases of Coca-Cola bottles next to the bed. First thing in the morning before they get out of bed, they pop a cap of a warm one and pour down that sugar syrup. 9 tablespoons of sugar. That cola-flavored sugar water. Jesus Maria. But food addiction is a killer in America. 65% of people are obese. That's directly related to food. Not the air, not the water, not the job you do, not your genetics, not your mama was fat, so you're, no. All that obesity has to do with that garbage that you stick in your face. And that's fact. That's a fact, Jack. So, and that's what causes all the diseases, hypertension, low blood, high blood pressure, all of it. It comes from food. It comes from bad food, wrong food, garbage food, and too much food. Americans should, the way that Americans eat a meal, they only need one a day. Because the amount that they pile on a plate and then clean your plate, the rest of the world, a family could feed, a family of 4 could eat on what one American eats a day. I'm telling you, Americans are wasteful, they eat garbage. They're pigs, and I'm embarrassed to be an American. I'm not. I'm a Hawaiian now. Not by blood, but by Kama'aina and Malama Aina. That's what makes me. Kama'aina is my Malama for the Aina. So anyway, here we are in the lanai again. Pond is full, so we don't need to run that. New lily, so when the rooster wakes me up in the morning, I'll come out here and put the camera there and run it dry on the battery. Oh, so yeah. Oh, that looks like that battery's going to die in any second. So we got 9:30 on this, so let me go get another battery. We'll pause for battery change, station identification, and your commercial-free programming from Mango Acres, live and in color. I don't know if it'll be nightly, but we'll see. Keep those donations coming. So, okay, got the new battery in. And, you know, if you want to make an anonymous donation, my address is in the about, and I will keep your privacy private if you so mention that you would like me to do so. Otherwise, I broadcast your name all over the place. No, I'm just kidding. No. Yeah. So, working a little bit on that. Oh, and my friend Delia came over today to pick up sawdust for her compost toilet that she made over here years ago. She hadn't been over here in years. We didn't believe it. Since I did the dome on her yurt, and that's been like 4 years ago. She hasn't been here 3 or 4 years. We were like saying, well, oh, so you haven't seen this yet or this yet. Busy everybody gets. So, I'll put that up separately with might do some more for her. And also, my friend who's going to be doing the cleaning, she has a friend who is one of these people in Pahoa, a local old lady that helps a lot of people, and we might do a GoFundMe for her. She's kind of person that you want to direct donations to. You know what I'm saying? Like Scott was saying, these organizations and stuff like that. I would rather find individual people that are really deserving and needy and impact their lives, you know. Better than passing out $20 bills is to hand someone a $20,000 check and transform their life. You know what I'm saying? That would be cool to do. But she's checking with her friend Lonnie. You know, I never met Lonnie, but she was telling me about her, so we'll see. Well, Kitty, what are you doing? You're just gonna like make sure you get your tail. Oh, got your tail in there. Got your tail in there. Jasper, will you calm down? Lay down. God, I've never seen a dog so interested in the cat's butt. You are just like... I can't believe how this dog loves this kitty so much. He just like goes crazy. It's a sniffer. Huh, kitty? Yep, got your tail in there again. Why don't you go into your spot, kitty? Go on. Go out by your spot and I'll turn the camera out there for a minute. What? What? So, let's see. Reminiscence story. Pick a time, pick a place. Hey, you know what you guys could do? Pick a town or a place. And I'll tell you a story, a memory. Because I got a million of them. Like the time there was the chiropractor up in Boston who we met in Key West, Florida on vacation. And he gave me his card. We were partying in Key West a little bit, and then gives me his card. I didn't know if I, ever go to Boston, but I had it in my wallet when we went up the coast and actually ended up in Massachusetts. And hey, let's call the chiropractor. Called him up. It was the 4th of July. He invited us out to go on his boat out in the, the Cape. Boy, that place gets choppy out there. anyway, when we got back to his house, in his dining room, he had something he wanted to show me. He had this roll of cigarette papers from the factory that was like 2 feet in diameter. One continuous roll of cigarette paper glued on one edge, like, you know, a giant toilet paper roll, but as narrow as rolling papers, you know, 1.5 inches wide. He had 2 of these rolls. I talked him out of one, because I told him I was going to go back, I'm on my way back to Hawaii. It may take me a month or 2 to get there, because I'm driving cross country, and who knows what, you know, the road brings. And I'll mail you something. From Hawaii, yeah. Because I shared with him what I had left in Florida, and, you know, bomb. And so, when we were driving cross country, when we got to Erie, Pennsylvania, now watch these guys be listening to this story. And we pulled out by the lake. There was some, you know, city or state park where everybody like drives out to and looks at the lake, and, you know, like everybody does everywhere. After there's a water feature, they go and watch the sun set by the water. So we go out there. I'm with this girl that I met in Savannah, Georgia, and she's on the road trip with me across country. And so we pull up, and we're sitting there in the, you know, in the van, and we're looking, and we see this group of guys standing in front of the pickup truck doing the ha ha ha, drinking and, you know, twisting them and stuff. And we didn't have anything to roll, so I said, "Heck, I'm gonna go over there." She goes, "You're gonna get in a fight if you go over there. Those are all locals." I go, "That's all right." Watch this. So I grabbed that big roll of papers, and I go walking over to these guys, and they're looking at me like, "What the hell does that hippie got in his hand?" You know? And they're like taking that stance, but they're quizzical, and they're like not sure if they should be hostile or not, you know. And so I take the roll and I put it up on top of the hood of the truck and start unrolling out a piece to go all the way across the hood of the truck. And I go, "You think you guys can roll that?" 3 guys come up with their bags, and they all start throwing their stuff on that thing, and they're all trying to, you know, roll it at the same. It was hilarious. You know, if we had video back then, that would be a classic. The one in high school would have been even better when I told that they legalized it and the kids ran down to the drugstore to buy some, you know, and the drugstore guy chased them out of there. But these guys were, you know, ended up with at least one that was 12 inches long, and that was pretty good. So we did a little trade. I tore off, you know, about 30 feet of cigarette paper, and traded a little bit of each of the different kinds of baggies that they had, and we were like, good, you know, cool. They were cool, I'm cool, we're all good. On the road again. And that's how you do it. That trip from Boston, Massachusetts to Portland, Oregon on Highway 22, I left with a full tank of gas in the rental truck, and that's all the gas that we had and no money in our pocket. And I made it all the way across the country without robbing anybody or committing any felonies, but by buying and selling and trading stuff. The very first tank of gas we needed, we were still in Massachusetts, had an old pocket watch. And instead of going to an antique store or a pawn shop, I went to a fire station and asked if anybody in the fire station would be interested in a pocket watch. Because, you know, that's part of the fireman garb, right? And I managed to get enough to fill a tank, which was back, you know, for a big truck that it was between 50 and $100, I forget. But I told him, I don't want any cash. You can put it on your credit card. Just, you know, let's go to the gas station and fill up my truck. And I did that going across country in the old days with the turquoise jewelry. You could trade a turquoise ring for a tank of gas. I mean, it was crazy. And you get a bag of turquoise rings when you made the trade, so they just throw in a bag of turquoise rings with the trade. When you're down there, I was in Holbrook, Arizona, where I used to trade. It's right across the border from Gallup, New Mexico on the Arizona side. And so, I mean, yeah, I used to be a horse trader. I love doing that. Because it's all, you know, it is like a movie. It's spontaneous, and you really got to use your brain, your common sense, your resources, and it helps if you have skills. If you got something to offer. And it helps if you can see things that people need skills that you have. Like I did in New Orleans and saw that house and walked up on the porch and said, hey, you guys need help. I'm telling you, I can see it. That's like where I live. This association needs help, but they can't afford me. When I'm done volunteering, I could do a whole rant video on just this Hawaiian Paradise Park. Even though it's, you know, someone's already contacted me about the lots that I mentioned next door that are for sale. And he said, yeah, if I do a video about that, then he says some higher price person will buy them out. You know, and really it's up to the lady that owns it if she wants me to do a video of her lot. She's kind of upset that the last buyer flaked out and wants to go traditional real estate route. And, you know, with that, who comes over there as anybody's guest. They may come in with a bulldozer and bulldoze the mango trees. You never know. Because it could be some guy that has all these semi-trucks and he wants to use that as his yard, you know. Or his, you know, he's a garbage man and he wants to put 20 garbage trucks over there. Because this is ag commercial. Or they could bulldoze them and put an orchard in there. You know, you never know what someone's going to do. I have seen people rip a lot pen to pen and just throw a box in the middle of it. But to them, that's their land in Hawaii and that's their paradise. They don't have to mow the lawn if it's a rock lot, at least for 10 years until it's all junk trees. One of the houses just down the street had to bring in a bulldozer to whack down a bunch of junk trees, but they also took out all the ohias too. That's just devastating and stupid. Just so they can have a, you know, an acre of lawn they can just mow and not have to worry about trees. It's sad. It's sad. It's very sad. Hi, kitty. We got the zircon and the jasper and that girl over there who I just put back on her place to eat. Jasper, no. 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 Well, I don't care. If she wants to come to you, she'll come to you. What do you think she is, a dog? So, yeah, I wouldn't want to be on the East Coast or the West Coast or the center. I'd be packing. Well, I did. Suits. In the 90s. Packed it up. That was it. Done. Finished. You know, early bird gets the worm. Lots in Paradise Park were below $10,000 an acre when I moved in here. And at the height of the 2008, they were going for 100,000. One's down by the water, $1 million. And they aren't even an acre. Anything on the water in Hawaii is usually around $1 million, but now they're back down to normal. And then back up again, who knows, but not as high as they were then. But those three next door at 150 is a good thing, because in the future, when this is all built out, there'll be only a dozen lots that are 3 acres or more, 3 or 4. 2, 3, and 4. There's consolidated lots, like this lot's consolidated, so it's not 3 lots, it's 1 3-acre lot. And there are a dozen triple and quadruple lots in the park. And it's too bad more people don't have the foresight to see that in the future that's going to be valuable. Which means that you won't have, you know, somebody in your back pocket right out your window. Because if you think about it, looking out to where my pyramid is, and that big pond is, that's another lot. A house could be right where that big pond, you know, between the bridge and the waterfall. That's normally where a house would be. If you look on the street here and you see the lots that have house, 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 that's how close it would be. That would be absurd. I wouldn't live here if that was the situation. It's only because that lot was part of this lot owner's property. And then the third one on the other side was lucky. Just lucky. But, you know, you contact those lots around you because they have albizia trees in them. And if they're not on the island and they ain't taking care of them, you got to take care of them, or their tree's going to fall on your house. Yeah, then you got to chase after them, insurance and all that. But in the meantime, you still got to fix all the damage out of pocket and save receipts and hope you get reimbursed the full amount. And you never do, because insurance companies are up to yang. So it's better to be, you know, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, and it's better to be, you know, not having to deal with it. The hell with Murphy. If it can go wrong, deal with it. And albizia can go wrong, so it's best to deal with them when they're young. So here we are, 18 minutes into the thing, and that's 18 minutes into the new, the battery. I mean, for crying out loud, we already did 10 minutes on the old battery. Well, alright, so I'm going to pause for station identification and be right back. Alright, now we got a little bit of sky up there, so we can actually watch the sky change on the video. It's baby blue, well, kind of blue. It's still blue on the camera, and we'll watch it go dark. Cause yeah, we could make this into an hour one. I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm waiting for the Ohana thing to load up, and then I got a movie in the queue from Streamlord, free movies, and have my milkshake with some cookies. I love my routine. I didn't know I had time for adding as much as I did with you guys into my routine, but it seems to worked its way in okay for now. How long have I been doing this for? This is Wake and Bake 14, so that's at least 2 weeks on a daily basis. I don't know how many talk stories at night. I haven't been numbering those. Jasper, watch your nose. You're going to bump the table. Oh. So yeah, if anybody wants me to make them stuff, wood stuff, I can still make the chopping blocks or jewelry box or stash box or small stuff. I don't, furniture's not practical. Shipping would be impractical. Unless you got lots of money and you want a coffee table or a who knows what. Anything is possible if you can afford it. Yep. You can make anything out of wood. Ceramics, I gotta get back into ceramics, but that, pottery is not the really lucrative art thing. Can't tell you how many craft shows you bring pottery to. You unpack it and you pack it, you unpack it, and you hope you don't chip or crack or break anything. The people that bring their old glassware to flea markets are insane. I mean, they must get all that stuff for free because, breakage. Craft fairs, I learned early on in my life, were not something I was going to be doing. Starving artists are one thing. So that's why architecture was more lucrative. So that's just a different medium. I never framed houses, but I did do some restructure work in that hotel, boy. Tore out some walls, made some columns, did some stuff with no blueprints, no plans, no county planning approval. Man, New Orleans, I just started whacking out, tearing the walls out. I had to ascertain they weren't load-bearing. And then rip them out. Hey, take a trip, a Google Earth trip to New Orleans, to 3811 St. Charles Avenue. You can take your little Google Earth person and put them on the street and go into the hotel, into the bar, into the ballroom, into the rooms upstairs in that on Google Earth. Because it's a National Historic on the National Historic Registry. 2 of them, I think. And so therefore, the Google camera went through the building. And that's how I get to, go back and look at my work. And I don't even have to pay a plane ticket. It's awesome. Kind of makes you not want to leave. You don't have to smell Bourbon Street. Yeah. Yeah, it'd be really, thanks to Google Earth and YouTube, it's really hard for me to go all the way back to Key West for Fantasy Fest or something when you can watch it on the, on the screen. I know the sounds and the smells. Yeah. A reckless youth is better by far than a wise and productive old age. But if you can manage both of those, that's truly blessed. I've managed both. I had a reckless youth and a wise and productive old age I'm having, so. Hey, I need to get a stay right there, you guys. Stay right there. I'm just getting the light. I'm gonna get the light. I'm just gonna get the light so I can put a little light on the subject. You guys stay right there. You're fine. You're just fine. Let's see. How's that? That's better. That's better. Yeah. Yeah. So, if you want to come stay with me, we'll do it this way. If you want to come stay with me, these talks, I got to be singing to the choir, and you got to be in the choir. You know what I'm saying? if most of what I say jives with you, then and you know, you think that we can sing, good. But if your lifestyle is a total mirror opposite of mine, oh, what, you know, I'll still give you a tour, but I don't know if you want to, you know, be on my land and in my mess. You know, you got to be of the alternative hippie kind of lifestyle person. If you like, you know, like Woodstock, they roll in the mud. You know, you got to be not afraid to be dirty. Because a farm's not antiseptic, you know. But it will be as clean as my housekeeper or my vacation cleaner can make it. If you want to do just the tour, I have nice B&Bs at Friends' that I can recommend you to. Right here in the area, you know, within blocks. So you could, you know, stay in a place that's, you know, set up for that. Maybe in the future, mine might be a little bit, you know, improved, but it's still going to have the animals, at least for another decade. I don't think I'm having any fire sale on animals. I got one ram for sale on Craigslist. They ain't got nobody even reply on that. Only $150. Shoots. You don't want to sell them too low, because then somebody will just take it and eat it. And you know, if I'm gonna, I'll do that myself. If you know, which if it doesn't sell pretty soon, I'm gonna have to. I'm definitely going to have a lamb for my birthday in October. Not a leg of lamb, a whole. We're going to skewer that thing and roast the whole thing on a spit. Or put them in an emu. My fire pit there can be used as an emu. We take that lamb and cut them up into pieces, wrap them in the tea leaf like Scott told you, it's the tenderizer, and take the banana leaf I got, and then you make a big giant bonfire, you know, and you throw rocks in there. I got my Sweat Lodge rocks, round rocks, and you put them in there on the fire. On, you know, you get what do you call it, pallet wood, and you do pallet, and then you cover the pallet with rocks and put another pallet and cover that with rocks and do another pallet, and you know, stack them. And you get them rocks really, 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 really hot. And then you get some chicken wire to make a giant basket, so when you want to pull this lamb out, you don't want it falling all apart. So you wrap it up, the whole, you know, the lamb and the leaf, and then the banana leaf and the chicken wire, and then you bury it. Well, you bury it in the rocks and cover it overnight, and open it up in the morning, and that thing is like, whoa, just falls off the bone, broke the mouth. Kalua lamb instead of Kalua pig. Oh, I'm going to have to hire somebody to do that. That's a lot of work. Who do I know that could rock that out for me? A couple people. Could take it down to Uncle Robert's and have those kids do it. They do Kalua pig down there really good. Because, I'm not going to want to do that work. See, that's the thing about having a party. There's so much work. Gonna have to hire the help. On my 50th birthday, I had a band, Dave Seawater Band, and a bartendress from a local bar, and she didn't want money. She wanted some of my organic beef because I was raising steers back then. So I gave her a milk crate with like 5 or 6 cuts of beef in it, you know, roast and a this and a that. You know, 5 pounds of burger and, you know, whatever, some steaks, but not the tender. I get the tenderloin. Nobody gets the. That's my tenderloin. And that was probably the last really biggest party I've had here, I think. That's a lot of work. A lot of work. I can't do it. You have to hire people when you get old. So we might get some rain tonight. That's the thing with the full moon. Half the time you can't see it because of the cloud cover. But it's neat though, is like when the cloud cover opens up. Oh, and it's supposed to be eclipse too. So Friday night, full moon eclipse bonfire. Cool. Should get a bottle of wine or something. Well, let's see if anybody's going to town. I'm not going all the way to town just for that. Could go up to the wiki. Or Nani might come over. Delia might come over. With Delia, you have to spend the night out there in the little shack because she can't drive home at night. So, yeah. Well, maybe I'll have Cindy come over too. Cindy's the cleaner. I'm trying to get her to, heck, I wanted to get her to move into the back and be my housekeeper because she was a vacation. And she went to massage school. And she has, you know, her own transportation, and she's been on the island for a while, so she knows, you know, where stuff is. But, you know, too many animals for her. Too many animals for her. So, if you want to stay with me, you really got to be a, you know, an animal lover. And not get mad when the dog barks and wakes you up in the middle of the night. Because he knows something you don't. Like, there's a pig. Holy cow, we're at 15 minutes again already. Did I get any stories in there? Stories. Key West. Onyx, my Dane that came from Europe with me, when we lived in Key West, he was on that, the Seawolf. It was a sailing schooner, crewed by a crew of all women. They had a little cannon in the front of that thing they fire off when they get out there. Key West was kind of fun back in the day. I was younger though, and I was into that, you know, party. Bars and things. Shooting pool and taking people's money. Oh boy. They get mad. Get him, Zircon. You get him, boy. That's right. Tell them to move on down to the next house. Probably just the neighbors. Probably just the neighbors. What's it going on? God, no way. It can't be going on 8 o'clock already. So it's getting dark. It's just starting to get dark at 8 o'clock. Wow. It's going to be like 9 o'clock getting dark here next month. And we're already through July already. This is crazy. This is a quick summer. So yeah, I did a thing of the Ohana, but since nobody's, when someone makes a reservation, then I'll go out there and clean up that thing. Because if I clean it up now and no one's in it for 2 months, it'll be dirty again. It's just like, it's not worth it to keep it clean if nobody's in it. That's extra work. That's, having it ready for last minute stuff. Nah. No. Reservations, plans. A plan is good. Make a plan, stick to it, stick to the plan. It's always good. And have a plan B if something messes up with your plan A. And a plan C. Huh, Zircon? Well, that was pretty slick there, Willie. Come on, Zircon. Come here. You stay outside. Come on, lay down. Bomb. Lay down. Jasper? What are you guys going to do? Are you going to dance here? Hey. Bed. Come on, down. Down. What? You are crazy. Jasper, stop it. You're so close to knocking this over. I am telling you. You guys are just... Zircon thinks he's a puppy still. 9 years old and he dances like a puppy. He could still whoop my ass. He just doesn't know it. That would be a mortal fight if he ever was like to attack me. Because he's got some weight on him. But I know how to subdue a Great Dane pretty easily. Or any dog. Dog tries to bite you, you shove your arm down their throat and try and find their stomach. And just grab onto anything. Guarantee you their mouth will stay open until you can pull your arm out. Alright. Okie dokie. It's getting a little dark up there, huh? The moon's getting bigger. The moon is getting bigger and brighter. And we're at 9:45. Look at that. Ooh. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Hey. Oh, that was a good big moon at the end of our walk and talk. And there it goes. So we'll say, a hooey ho and good night.